Live. Okay, sorry about that. What am I? 5 minutes, 2 minutes late. 2 minutes late. But I didn't get a chance to send an email out. But it's great to see you. Anyone that's showing up today, I should probably type out an email quick. So I'm going to do that at this moment. I have some good shout outs. Oh, I have some pictures too. I should probably put some. Let me put some of them up here. Wait, let me send a thing and then I'll get the pictures. Trying to finish up my bookkeeping because my tax extension is running out. My accountant's going to start freaking out. I was telling some friends about, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but I should probably do a video live stream on fraud because it's small business fraud happens all the time. Happens all the time with your books and stuff. You can find bookkeeper that's been stealing for ages. Like this happens constantly. And there's a really good Netflix documentary you should watch if you get the chance. Called All the Queen's Horses. It's about Rita Crundwell. She stole $54 million. She stole $54 million, the largest municipal fraud ever. She stole $54 million from this little town over 20 years. They didn't even know it. They had no clue she had stolen so much money. And how she did it is so could happen to anyone, and it happens every day. It happens every single day to small businesses, and you can go so long without even knowing that people were stealing from you. Greg, it's great to see you. Bill Stanley, thanks for joining. Xbox VR, it's great to see you. I'm just gonna we're gonna do some shout outs. We're gonna talk about some postcard marketing stuff. I just want to send an email out quick to everyone so they know that I have this going. Do you have the stream on too, Lena, over there? Is it coming through okay? Okay, good. Otherwise, I won't send this email out, and then no one will know it's even going on. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Oh, Bruce Rogad's here. It's good to see you. And Earl Carvin all the way California, sunny California. It reached across the coast. And it reached it and made it. Where's my link here? I don't know. My brain is toast. I can't even think. Oh, you've been Fat Nancy's. Nice. Fat Nancy's. Okay, wait. I should upload these pictures. Everyone's gonna get so mad and send this email out, but I can't. I just overwhelmed. The amount of overwhelm is so high. Good news, we have Scott. I should put this on a banner. How do I get the banner? I don't even know how to put the banner up right here. I'm going to put this up here. Finally, Scott Meisner and I's review card is coming. I couldn't even make the banner. Scott and I's review card. Finally. Scott does, if you don't know, Scott Meisner, he makes a tremendous amount of money doing 9x12 cards. He's one of my best students, peers. Now he's a peer. He's been doing 9x12s, helping out local businesses in Pennsylvania for like a decade now. And he's been selling over the years, been selling a lot of Google review cards. They're really handy. They're really useful. There's some really good stuff about it. And he made a little product, and then I made a little course on it. So we have two courses into one that are really useful. Like, you're really going to like this. So that's coming out. I am just trying to wrap my part of it up so we can probably get it out like Monday or Tuesday for you. It's been waiting for so long, but super good for marketers who are trying to help local businesses. It's a very, very useful tool. And also for local business owners to maximize their reviews, because getting reviews and mastering reviews is like super, super important for your business. Like, it can work absolute miracles for your business, no matter what business you're in. It will be totally worth it. No, I'm trying. It's just I'm just trying. I'm doing my best every day. I wanted to shout out a couple businesses though. I was supposed to do all this beforehand, but I didn't. Who's this? This is one. And we'll do this one too. We'll do those. Shout out Delray Balloon Boutique in the heart of Delray in Alexandria, Virginia. I love businesses like this because they're like, I got to do it big. They have 15,000 of these. 15,000 of these postcards, balloons. And you don't think like they're a balloon store, and people think, oh, well, a balloon store, but they're used all the time for like a birthday's high, special event, political, corporate. There's like a ton of applications for these balloon stores, and you don't really think of that until someone puts it in front of your face. You may not even know these places are here. Kyle Scheib over in, that's my boy in Alaska. That's Kyle in Alaska, the Alaskan fisherman. He's on the deadliest catch. He's on the deadliest catch until he got injured. The lobster got him. Chasing that elusive blue lobster. Good to see you, Sarah. Hope you're holding the house down there. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. First one to mention that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a ton. So shout out. Where's a picture? I got a picture. They said it was okay. Is this theirs? Yeah. That's 15,000 of these bad boys. So you imagine 15,000 of these things going out. Also, shout out the Peddler Rest Barn Restaurant over in Oregon doing a big mailing. Big boy mailing. Where's his thing? I've had a guy, his name's Nick. He's been helping me out with mailings because we've had so many mailings. Oh, shout out to Field Realty too. Doing, I think, what they do about 11, 12,000 of these. They do lots of mailings. They do. I love them. Lots of mailings. But okay, so I was going to mention, so the title of this stream was like, I throw my mail out. Is it worth it? Because you hear that all the time. People are like, why should I do direct mail? I throw this out. So this guy, Nick, that's taken a real interest in learning this business, and he's been helping us out with mailings. We were doing one of these mailings, and he said he saw this one. He saw the Peddler, and he's like, "Oh, this looks pretty good." He goes, "I wouldn't mind having this in my mailbox." He goes, "I wouldn't." He goes, "This is a mail piece I'd keep." He goes, "This food looks good." He's like, "I'd keep this one." And then he says, he goes, "I throw everything else out." So I throw all, I just throw, he goes, "I just get the mail and I throw it out. I just get it and I throw it out." He goes, "The worst is the political." He says, "I hate getting the political. I just throw it out. I just throw it out." And he's like, such a waste. This is good. This is good. And that is how most people think. Most people think mail is, why would you spend money on the mail? Why would business spend money on the mail? So it's such a waste. I'm getting these political ads. I'm getting these political things. I'm getting this crap I don't need. I throw it out. I get my mail. I look for the bills or whatever, and I throw everything else out. I just toss it out. It's a waste. Can't believe you waste so much paper. One time I posted on my Facebook, big, like 50,000 pieces or something. And one of my friends, personal friends, she's like, "Can people really do that?" She goes, it's such a waste. She goes, I throw my mail out. I throw these right out into the trash. They go. It's like, it's such a waste of paper. It's such a waste of time. It's such a waste. That is how most people think. Consumers and business owners. A lot of business owners think that too. It's like, oh, waste. No, I hate the mail. I throw it out. If you're a marketer, you run into this too. You run into people saying this. Throw the mail out. How am I going to sell mail, or how am I going to help businesses postcards when it has such a negative connotation to it? I just throw it out. So I told Nick that's working with me, because he mentioned the political thing, because I hate getting political mailers. I said, "Nick," I said, let me ask you this. What if you were running for mayor? What if you wanted to run for mayor and you felt that you had a really good message, like you could really help this village, this city, whatever you're in, and you need people to know what you stand for, what you can do, you want to earn their vote. I said, would it be a bad thing if you put all that stuff on a card and you just told everyone in the like the whole village instantly knew who you were, what you stood for, what you could change? Do you think that's a bad thing? Would you not want people learning about that? And that it's that kind of thing that can help change someone around. And that's a good story. You can say that someone said, if you have a good message, if you have something important, maybe you're running for political office, you feel like what you have to say is very important. Is it a bad thing to let every single person instantly know about that? No. And guess what? Whether you like it or not, you're picking up that you have a postcard. You're forced to see it. You're forced to see what's on that postcard. You don't go to your mailbox with a blindfold on and you feel around unless you're blind. Then you have to, I don't even know how you get the mail when you're blind. You get the braille. You got to get stuck with the mailings with the braille on them. You have to look. You have to look and see what it is. You're forced to see that message. It's not a bad thing. Junk mail is stuff that's not relevant. It's things that's not relevant to you. And sure, you throw those things out. Do you want to get any advertising? Do you want to get any ads in your Facebook feed? Does anyone want any ads presented to them at all? Do you want to drive down the scenic overpass and see a billboard for 1-800-lawyers.com or something, or injured in an accident? Do any of us want to see that? Do we want to watch TV or stream something and have to watch ads? None of us want to see that. It's the same as none of us want to see advertising, but it's there. And if you're served things you need or want or something that's interesting, it's suddenly not bad. Suddenly not bad. Just Samson donated the $20. He's my super fan, Samson. I get a shirt. I'm going to print a shirt soon that's going to say, I want to talk to Samson. You remember that? I want to talk to Samson. Just Samson donated. Thank you, super fan Samson. I really appreciate it. You haven't been on a live show in a while, so I appreciate that a lot. James said all the blind voted for Biden. Someone tell my neighbors next door tell me that there's this Hindu guy or something, Hindu VTech or something. He's like 38 years old and he's running for president, and it's against the Kennedy guy or something. That's what the president's going to be. One of them. If you get something in the mail that's interesting to you, it's well received. So your job as a business owner is to try to reach the people that are likely to want what you're selling. Now, here's an interesting thing. Does anyone want mattress ads sent to them? Does anyone want the car dealers to send stuff? No, we don't like seeing that until we need it. Until we suddenly need a mattress, or we suddenly need to buy a couch, or you suddenly get injured in a freaking accident. And now you're like, okay, it's whatever law firm that the first thing you think of, because you have been served so many of those ads over time. They seem useless at the time, but good businesses know that if you're reaching the people that are likely to need your service at some point, same with real estate, same with insurance, suddenly when they need it, it's important. You can't always predict when they're going to sell their house, when they're going to buy insurance, when they're going to need a couch, when they're going to suddenly want to have someone mow their lawn or need landscaping or suddenly need a roof. But if you know the type of people that are at some point going to need those, and you continuously send them mail pieces, they're going to need it, and it's going to be like, this is the one I'm thinking of. So the big lesson in all this is you are not your customer. I think that's a quote from somewhere, but you're not your customer. So I'm telling, like, the Nick guy works with me. I tell people this all the time. I tell other business owners all the time. They say, mail. I don't, I throw my mail out. Well, you're not your customer. You are not the same. Everyone isn't exactly the same as you. They don't all throw their mail out. Guess what? A lot of people read their mail. A lot of people sit there and they take their time with it. And some people could use whatever you're selling. You are not, everyone is not exactly the same as you. They don't watch the same things as you. They don't behave the same as you. So you have to get it out of your mind that just because you don't like something doesn't mean all of your customers don't like it either. But they could, I just throw my mail away. If you were to get something that is useful in the mail, I promise you, you don't throw it away. It was on your voice. Yeah, and sometimes it lands in front of them at the wrong time. It's not time yet. But like the auto accident, there's a reason you can think of, I guarantee you can think of an attorney that deals with personal injury right now in your area. There's one you can think of right now. And you may have never needed an attorney for personal injury and think it's a stupid. Why are they spending so much money? Why do every time I have to turn the TV on, I see this stupid ad for if you've been injured? It's like that commercial with it if you've been exposed to mesotheliomas or whatever. They pound it into you so much. So then when suddenly something happens, suddenly some life event happens, that's the person you think of. And you instantly you're like, that is the one to go to. That's the one I'm going with. When we're talking about political, which is we're coming into a huge political season, political mailings do really well. Yeah, sure, people hate getting them in the mail, but guess what? It helps. It earns votes. If you have, just think of yourself as the politician. You are the politician. You're the one running. Just assume you are an honest person and you are trying to change the whatever and uproot the opponent and stuff. It is a great way. Direct mail in particular is a great way to instantly let a large volume of people know what you stand for and who you are. Instantly, you can get a mail piece out, and then once it's in the mail stream, it's within days, every single person knows about it. There's really no other advertising that can do that. You combine it with all other stuff, and you can get a message across really, really fast. You can nail it into their little pea brains. How do you non-US customers do with the direct mail? We do campaigns pretty often for people who are not in the country. So you just need to use a mail provider like myself or any mail provider can do a mailing for you completely. You don't have to be here. It's all done here. So it really that doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's time, right? There's just events. Now, if you're a roofer, you're a roofing company, you can't really tell when, okay, here's these people need a roof right now. You can't tell, but you can mail to neighborhoods that are more likely to be homeowners. You can mail to a list of people, homeowners, of people with older homes, people with certain incomes. And if you continuously hit them, at some point, those people are going to need a roof. There's people in there that are there's some that need one right now. There's some people that are shopping right now. There's some people that it's on the edge. In another year or so, it's going to be bad. The end of the season, the beginning of the season. So it's just continuously getting that message across so that when they suddenly need it, this is so applicable to so many things: insurance, real estate. That's why you can't do one postcard. Okay. You can't send one postcard out, do it one time for real estate. And someone's going to be like, yeah, you may get lucky and get an appointment or a listing or whatever, but likely you're going to need to see this a bunch of times. So someone says, these are the people, oh my God, I'm ready to sell. I know Field Realty. I know this, whatever realty. I know this is the one I'm thinking of. So it's the top of mind. Because eventually that timing comes and you have built all those times that you mailed continuously, the payoff gets there. This is insurance, legal. This could be chiropractors, right? We don't all need a chiropractor, but there might be a point in time where suddenly you start having back pain for whatever reason. Like Lloyd says, it's about timing. Northern Ireland. Oh, nice. What's that, Belfast? Isn't that in Northern Ireland? No, I don't mess with that stuff. I think digital billboards are great. I think they're fantastic. And you can run ads cheap. I mean, relatively cheap for any time. It can be switched out. I think they're great, but I don't mess with that. I say direct mail is my thing. Sampson says emotion drives political campaigns. You can strike a nerve on either side. Your response will be through the roof. I love political mailing, and I hate politics. I hate politics. I hate it. You know, I see so many valid points on both sides. Like I'll just, you know, I can't, I like agree with too much and I disagree with too much. So I try to just stay away from it, but I love making money on it. I love the money that's in political marketing. I love the direct mail, political marketing. I love it. I love it. You doing okay there, Lena? Yeah. Okay. If you get stuck on something, don't get held up. Ask me. Make sure you don't. I wish I had sent an email out. I didn't, so no one knows I'm here. Do you guys have any questions on? There was something else that I really wanted to mention. I can't remember. I got this. Well, technically another business got this, but it was in the mailroom. Instacart direct mail. It's like your Google. Google sends direct mail. Instacart sends direct mail. Pretty good design. It's very simple. It's super simple. Not the thickest card stock. It really doesn't matter. But this is a pretty good. They got the QR code. Not bad piece. Not bad piece at all. Super. Just a visual, a graphic, a headline. You got a headline here. Get business supplies delivered in as fast as 1 hour. This is actually not a bad piece because I subscribe to Instacart personally for like groceries and stuff, but I don't really. I knew they deliver stuff for businesses, but I forget. So this is that's actually a really good thing where it says get business supplies delivered in as fast as 1 hour. So they sent this out to businesses. I don't even know what this business is. I don't recognize it, but I took it. That's probably not a bad thing. You need something from Staples quick. You need something from Office Max or whatever. I think they'll actually also deliver your mail. I think they'll take mail for you to the post office, which is nice. I've helped since 2020. I've been ramping up my political marketing, and I have like a super high. I mean, I can't contribute at all, but almost everyone I work with wins. So and it's not me, like I'm a big part of it, but I'm not. It's not because of me, but I got a pretty good track record, I guess. So I'm proud of that. Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. But not everyone's like, I don't know. I got to send the email, or then I didn't know you had a live stream and stuff. I just subscribe to the YouTube. If you would subscribe, it tells you. I don't know why people don't hit subscribe. That's why postcards, especially the back, has to pop on the way to the trash can. Someone called me yesterday. She's like, Jake, I can't believe it's just so amazing when I watched a video of where you said how the most important side is on the address side. I could talk about this all day and it still wouldn't be enough, but it literally is the most important side. This is the most important side. This is where you will make that decision of whether you keep the piece, turn it over, spend some time with it. It's all on this side, the addressed side. That's the side that gets delivered. So that is where you need to really have your biggest, strongest message. But everyone gets that wrong, and it's flip-flopped, and they put all their effort on the front side and barely anything on the back. So many campaigns are just losers because of that. Just because of that. Caleb did some nice handwritten letter mailers. Last one had $1 in it. That stuff is cool. I never really got into that because I just found that postcards just get the message across without a letter. You know, the lumpy mail and stuff is all a really cool thing. I just never really got into that, but it is neat. It's very neat. So it's encouraging to hear there, Samson. Thank you. I wish if I could just send email, if I could just send an email out in the morning, the night before, but I just can't. Like I try, but like everything is just down to the absolute wire. I wish I could just send emails out. Just seems like I can't. I don't know what else that was a main thing that I wanted to mention, like that. If you're worried about people throwing, everyone's going to throw it out. Sure, most people are, just the same as most people aren't going to respond to a billboard. Most people aren't going to click your Facebook ad. Most people aren't. A very small percentage will, though. And that's all that matters. So you send 10,000 mailers out, it doesn't matter if 99% of them throw it out. Like 99% of the people can throw it out. But don't let that ruin your day. You're only concerned with the percentage of people that won't throw it out, that will want this. And if the math adds up, then it's worth it. If you get one upscale kitchen, if you get one whatever, if you get 100, whatever you need to know, for things like restaurants and stuff, the percentage is going to be much higher because people are buying it every day. They impulse buy it. They buy it more frequently. So you'll have higher response, but the ticket is lower. So the purchase, what they're buying is lower, but you just have to run the math, do a campaign and see if the math works. I don't know if you guys saw Alex Hormozy's recent launch, which has pissed off a lot of marketers, but he has a good story he repeats. I don't follow him too well, but I followed him enough to hear this story a couple times, and I know it's in his book. It's on his podcast. He said when he was running his gyms, his mentor, another gym owner or something, said, put flyer. He goes, you got to put flyers. We put flyers out on people's cars. We put the flyers out on people's cars on their windshields, and that's what drives in the traffic. So he's like, okay, I'll do that. And he printed 500 flyers, put them up. I think it was 500 or 300. It was 500, I think, or 300, something like that. Put them up, and he waited. And he said, the only call, you got to call. And the guy he thought it was a customer's. I'll never forget. It was a guy complaining that he had put it on his car. And, why'd you put this crap on my car and stuff? And then he saw the guy later, and he's like, and the guy's like, how'd your campaign going? And he's like, well, hey, I didn't get anything. I didn't get any response. And he's like, how many did you put up? And he said, I put 500 or 300 or whatever it was. And he's like, just once? And he's like, yeah, just I think it was saying. We do 5,000. He said, just to test, we do 5,000 of these. He goes, and then then we continue to do it. You have to have that volume. So that's very applicable in direct mail too, and postcard, whatever. You can't just send 500 things out and expect to have. You need the volume. You need volume in there as well. You need to consistently mail, but you also need volume. 3 free months and a free, yeah. All those affiliates got so their feathers got so ruffled. And Jeremy says, in terms of response, feels 6.5 by 6. I'm not a fan of 6.5 by 11. I think at one point I was, but 6. If you were doing 6.5 by 11, I'd rather see you do just 6.5 by 12 because it really doesn't really cost much. I think it pretty much costs the same. I don't even do 6.5 by 11s anymore. I do everything at 6.5 by 12. When you're talking that size, I don't have do I have a 6.5 by 12? Yeah, this is 6.5 by 12. So Feel Realty is 6.5 by 12. Really long piece. The benefits to this size piece is that it spits out across the mail. I did have a packet of mail around here, but I don't think I have it. When you get your mail, most of it's like letters and stuff that's like 10 inches. You might have something that's 11 inches. So when you get your mail, this sticks out this way. 6.5 by 9s have that height, so it helps stick out past this way, but this helps stick it past this way. It definitely makes more of an impact than this, but these look at these. Like, this is pretty much the smallest EDM you can send, and this is one of the bigger ones. They're both really big. They're both like giant pieces. So I don't feel that you're going to get more response from a big piece than this because they're already just two really big pieces. I really don't think, I think the stuff that so much more stuff matters more than this size. If your just thinking of response in terms of size, then you're not going to see a difference. There's so many other factors that have a greater importance, like what's on it, and there's so much. I have my direct mail course I've been working on also. That will be the next thing after I get Scott's out. And there's 9 things that just, you can work down these things from most important to least important. And size of a postcard is down there in pretty far down. But you can just work through. That will be very helpful for many of you. You can just work through, and you will have a very powerful piece the more stuff that you add. Yeah, it's a good strategy. And when you're printing, like, the cost difference, because the postage is all the same, it's all 20 cents. That kind of absorbs the price of it all is mostly postage. So you might as well just print a bigger piece. It's funny because 6.5 by 9s are just a big piece in general compared to the old 4 by 6s. It sticks out like a bookmark. He's correct there. It sticks out this way. That extra. So when you're talking 6.5 by 11, you're cutting off an inch and you're putting it in line with these other pieces of the mail where it just juts out more. So you have this high, and then you have the wide too. Oh, nice. What can you do? Lloyd says, to really direct, punchy, concise writing for postcards. How would you do? I can tell you what you can do, and the easiest answer is just Chat GPT. You used to have to study copywriting and hire a copywriter. And how many business owners can really hire a copywriter? If you're a true copywriter, like a really good copywriter, it's going to cost thousands of dollars. They're going to cost into the thousands. So how many people really have that? How many businesses are really willing to spend that? When I give ChatGPT, I hate to say it, but ChatGPT will give you so many different, just write what you're looking for and make it in a concise, ask for it to be more concise, ask for it to be more conversational. You have a incredible tool at your fingertips to do that. You can take a paragraph and just cut it down. You can make it half the size with the right words. Make it more punchy. You can literally type that into ChatGPT and say, make this more punchy. A/B testing is very important. It's super important, and you can do it many different ways. You can send half of your mailer, and if you're doing a 10,000 piece mailer, you can do 5,000 pieces of one thing, 5,000 of another. And you can shift the offer a little bit. That's a really good one, is just make the offer a little bit different and see which one gets responded to more. If you're doing something that's high ticket, that can take a lot of volume and time. If you're doing something that's low ticket, like restaurants and stuff, you can put one coupon for one thing to half the thing, coupon to another, and see what pulls. You'll get a very accurate, super fast result. And you can double down on the one that's how A/B testing works. You do both. You send out both as evenly close as possible, and then the one that pulls the better, you double down on that, and then you test something else against that one, until over time you've figured out this one really pulls substantially more. And those things will get stale. You will continually have to test and refresh things, because the offers will become stale and things will change. Well, I've got Scott's thing coming out next week, which is awesome. It will be a great thing to pick up. And my other thing is, I don't know, hopefully I'm really trying to get on my content grind. I'm really, really trying. So my kids go back to school in September, which will free up the days a lot. Like, I won't have, well, I guess lately I've been working all day, but that will free a little bit of stress personally off. So I should be able to get this stuff out pretty quick. I really want to get it out quick, because it will help a ton of people. Like, I'm doing mailings all the time for people, and I see so many mistakes. I see so many things they could be doing better, but I can't say to every single person, again, there's 20 people a day. I can't consult with them and make them change their campaigns and it's too much. So it just goes through. And I know sometimes I see things that I just know are like, but I can't have a 30-minute conversation with you explaining, so I need to put this stuff into these guides so that the business owner or the marketer can just have all this knowledge sitting in front of them. It will really make a big difference. Larry says, I want to get in this business 9x12. Should I wait for your course? If you're in 9x12, just get the 9x12. You got the mastery course. That's the best thing there is, 1 through 5. I thought that you had that, Larry. I thought you had the mastery course. HighResponseMarketing.com/9x12. It's the best, bar none, 5 installment course. You can pick and choose the ones you want, or you can grab them all. That's what you need for 9x12. The course I was talking about is a direct mail, like more so for solo mailings, but how to really like get a high performing postcard, how to make a really high performing postcard. Essentially, no matter what industry it is, in a very formulaic, easy to grasp, doable, practical, like you will be a pro postcard person in a very short amount of time, in like a very quick amount of time. You will know what you're doing. You just follow the checklist, and your postcards can be awesome. But 9x12 stuff, just get the 9x12 mastery. Just get that. I'm probably going to close the stream out pretty soon. It's 1:40, and I really appreciate everyone for showing up. I super appreciate Samson here for donating his $20. His hard-earned $20. Do you have any other questions on direct mail? I hope this was helpful and useful. Yeah, I know. And I have a ton. And all I want to do, Samson, is make videos. All I want to do. How often do you hear that, Lena? I say that all the time. I say this all the time. It's all I want to do is make videos. So all I want to do is make videos and courses. That's it. That's all I really want to do. I just want to make content because it helps the greatest amount of people. It's the most useful, productive part of my time. No one else can do it. It's the thing that only I can do. It's a thing I love doing. I love making funny videos and creative videos. I have so many ideas and things planned out. And I'm like the biggest action taker. The problem is I am just overloaded with everything. I'm just overloaded. I had so much business coming in. We have so many campaigns. We have so many, I can't let someone's campaign slip through and get butchered. So I'm still trying to figure that all out. But I am itching very hard to get my when I go in cycles, and I get really, really into something, and then you'll notice that I'll put out a ton of content. I'll go months where I'm just pumping out content like left and right. And then it goes in a cycle. Then I get too much business. That's what happens. This is make more videos, make more content, I get more business. And then I got to try to figure out the business stuff and all the customers and all that. Yeah, no problem, Kyle. Love seeing your mailers out there. I love sending them things to Alaska. Wasilla. I don't know if I say it right. Well, Wasilla. It's probably Wasilla. Wasiller. Wasiller, Texas. I know Wasiller, Alaska. Processing on Avatar, we can't visit with business owners face to face. Best option, 100,000% is Facebook Messenger. The caveat is all of us 9x12ers. Okay, all of us longtime veteran 9x12ers will agree with me. I promise you, most all. Facebook Messenger is where it's at. The caveat is if you're just starting out, that can be a little bit aggressive because they don't know who you are. So it's different when you have some cards out, you can drop some names, you have this thing already rolling, and Facebook Messenger, it can just instantly pick up sale. Like when you just pick up sale. And often just keep this in mind, Scott. Any of us that have been doing 9x12, we have a huge client base. So we're only really having to fulfill. That's the beauty of 9x12 is once you have a few cards out, you do it right. You only have a couple spots to fill. Sometimes you don't even have any spots to fill because people are re-upping. It's that beginning. It's that very beginning where you have to fill your entire card up. And maybe even the second one where you're starting second right after you did a first. So you're kind of starting over again. And you've got to get so many, you've got to use multiple channels because you can't just, you'll get banned from sending so many messages out because you're trying to fill so many spaces. So you have to broaden and you have to use whatever channel is best for you, but also what's likely to reach a customer. It might be calling, home services and contractors and stuff. You got to call them because that's how you'll reach them. You can't go to you're not going to show up at their house. Some of them don't even have an office. They work out of their house, their truck. So you got to call those people. The email can work. It's a multi-pronged approach in the beginning, but after it's Facebook Messenger gets the job done. Yeah, I can. I have a couple locations. I'm willing to risk my life. I'm willing to. I'll do it. I can miss those. And the B-rolls, the great B-rolls, I risked my life. The butterfly tick, still suffering the effects. I don't. And I catch myself because I'm like, I just wish it would, the numbers would go down, I catch a break. But I'm like, what am I saying? Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever, how can I wish we had less business? And it's like easy to say that because it just keeps coming in nonstop. And I'm like, just trying to get to everyone. It's tough. Get that lobster. Is it crab? It's not lobster. Do you have lobsters there in Alaska? Probably all crab. First card, you got to go multi-prong. You got to go you have a mastery course, right? I lay it right out in 1 and 2. Multi-prong. I mean, as best you can. You really got to follow that system. It's in the 9x12 mastery course where you pre-select everything. You already know what's going to be on your card. You already have it planned out. You know what's going to be on your card to a very high degree. And then it's a matter of getting the prospects in there and reaching those prospects the best way you can. Not everyone's comfortable with certain ways. Some people may love writing a ton of emails. Some may hate it. Some may love walking into places. Some may hate that. Some people may be totally cool with all of them, and you can use all. If you simplify down, if you just talk to 5 business owners a day, you will have that card filled up in inside of 2 weeks. You have a card from scratch filled up, like guaranteed. I guarantee you, if you speak in some kind of format, if you communicate, if you have an interaction with 5 business owners a day, it's not many, just 5. And I'm not talking gatekeepers. I'm not talking managers. I'm not talking clerks. I'm talking business owners. If you talk with 5 a day, you are going to have that card filled up inside of 2 weeks. And that's including taking 2 days off. So inside of 10 days, you're going to have an average of 2 of those 5. Even the worst closer, if you are the worst closer in the world, you are terrible. You'll at least get 1 out of those 5 on average. So if you spend 3 days and you talk to 15, you're going to have at least 3. And the better you are, you're going to have 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to be pushing 50 to 60% closing rate. If you suck, if you absolutely suck and you just show them the postcard and just say, you'll get 1 out of 5. You'll get 20% closing rate. If you just get this in front of 5 business owners a day, if you just talk to 5 business, however that is, whatever channel it is, just interact with 5 business owners a day, you'll have this card filled up in no time. And if you throw print in there too, if you're selling them print too, you're going to have even more deals. You're going to be in a very good shape, and you're going to have a business rocking and rolling in no time, just talking to 5 business owners a day. That's it. For some reason, it's a lot hard. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate you showing up every time. More staff. Yeah, more staff, but it's not that easy. You can't just hire, I can't just hire people off the street and say, hey, just start talking to, someone follows me on YouTube and they're like, I need to talk to this guy, I need a postcard campaign. I'm not going to stick them with someone, off the street, hey, talk to this guy. Like it doesn't work like that. And we have 6 of us here. So we're pushing. We're all freaking over our heads, but we're doing it. It just suffers. The content suffers. That's unfortunately, but is what it is. New problems. I'll figure them out. Yes. Lots of people do by phone and mail exclusively. Lots. Larry, you're in the elite group. Ask there. There's a lot of really good people there. Everyone's like, just hire more. Yeah, I'm going to hire more people to just Here, talk to the amount, the wealth of knowledge that I have. I'm not being what's it called? Gloating or something, but I know so much industries and I know so much that it's just hard to, it's not an easy process to train someone. It takes a long time for someone to really start grasping the same kind of concept, so that when someone calls in and texts, which people do around the clock, that they would be comfortable answering. So otherwise, I'm sending, like, we have Megan for design, Jane for invoicing, it's Kat for entering stuff. Like, it's all this admin stuff, but the actual like talking with a business owner, I'm not going to stick someone off the street to talk with a business owner who's spending their hard-earned money and just telling them to talk to them. It don't work like that. Hiring staff and setting up your marketing business in a way that will keep your staff from running off with your clients. I would love that topic because I've been there. And I got a lot of good what are they called, like, things to prevent that. Yeah, I would love to talk of that because I would love that episode. So that would be very, very good. I'm deep in them trenches. And I'm just not ready to just cut off local, I'm not taking the easy way out and just saying, here, deal with these people. And I'm going to hire someone overseas to go answer the calls. Like, no one wants to call in. They're ready to spend $1,000, $10,000 of their money, and they get someone on the freaking phone from another country, and they're take an intake form or something. I like talking to the business owner. I like talking to them and working with them. I want to make sure their money goes where it should. 6.5 by 12, you can fit 16 plus. You can fit 16 plus, 8 on one side, 8 on another, and then you have a middle strip. You can stick a couple. You could fit up to 20. Facetious. I don't know that word. I know it's called facetious, but I don't know what it means. Oh, they mean like gloating or whatever. Yeah, being facetious. I don't knew what it meant, but I know it's how it's said. When you say 5, it's kind of good. No, and it doesn't matter. BJ, it doesn't matter. But I'm not saying contacted. I'm talking interacted. If you talk, so that could be through a Facebook Messenger and they responded. Okay, that's an interaction. An email and they responded. Whether they said no or yes, what they responded. The owner responded. Or talking in phone. Did you talk with an owner? Or in person? In person's the fastest. In person's the fastest way to get sales, but it's not everyone's thing, and it's not always right for everyone. Some people are scared to do that, but it's a quick way. You can reach 5 people a lot easier. Talk. If you present this postcard, whatever, the 9x12 community card, whatever you got, in front of 5 business owners, if you can get them to see it and interact with them, you will sell at least one of them. The worst closer in the world will sell at least one. And I'm not saying go to 5 and one of them will buy. I'm saying over time. It's like flipping a quarter. You can't flip the quarter 4 times and it comes up heads twice. You have to keep flipping it until this averages out. So this is what kills 9x12 campaigns too. Sometimes they go out and they talk to 3 business owners and 3 of them buy. And then they're like, this is the greatest thing in the world. I'm going to be a millionaire. And then they get later there. And then they realize that the tides change and they might go to 10 people who say no. And it really messes them up. So you have to just keep talking with them so that the stats, the probability starts happening. But over the course of 2 weeks, so I always say it's 2 weeks. You're going to fill your card in 2 weeks. If you do the right prep, you're going to fill it in 2 weeks. You're going to fill that card from scratch in 2 weeks. And then next time you do the card, it's going to get easier and easier and easier until there's a point of you're just filling as Scott Meisner or Dim Black or any of us have been doing 9x12 a bunch of times. It's a day. Sometimes you have more people wanting to be on your card than you can. Then you got to fill another card out and you got to get another person, new people on the card. Just talk to 5 a day. I promise you you will sell that card out in 2 weeks. Okay, last question. What Lloyd says, when creating the 9x12, do the business owners give you the creatives or the design creatives for the card campaigns? If you have 2 options, you can either starting. Oh, because you don't have. Oh, you're on March?
Yeah, I've done all that.
Oh, nice. I got to print the thing, so I don't. Yeah, I'll get it, but I'll be done in a second. You can either design every ad from scratch, which is the traditional way we did it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they give you the creatives. So it's a great time, and not everyone has a designer and staff. But the other, and the way that we're kind of really I'm suggesting, and everything's gearing is templated so that all the ads are in a templated fashion. They all look the same. I normally have a card here, but I don't see one right here. Templated where it all looks the same. It all looks similar. It all looks like a very valuable piece coming in with deals from different companies. And then it makes a design a breeze. You're just putting in their information, putting a logo in there, their coupon or offer. And then the card is very structured and organized. And it's like, okay, these are a bunch of deals. This is what that card is. And that makes the design process much easier. That's the way I like to do it now. And that's the way I suggest in general. Okay. I had a great time talking with everyone. Next week, I am not going to be live because I'm going to be away. I will not be live next week, but I will see you for Scott Meisner's review card guide, which will be early next week. And then I will be live the following Thursday, which will be in September. We're going to be in the fall. It's my favorite season is in September. And it's time to get all those marketers. It's time to hit up all these. You're right on the cusp of all the home services. This is ripe season for them. So help them with their campaigns and get their postcards out. And get these 9x12s out because this is a fantastic time to put 9x12s out for the holiday season that's approaching. You got 2 or 3 cards you can put out before the holidays, and they're going to go fast. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, summer's almost over. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll see you the following Thursday.